Hello, everybody. I'm sorry. I was trying to hit another button. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. The universe spoke through my accountant. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay, that took me a few moments to get set up. And funny story before we begin. Yeah, I have a green screen behind me, but I cannot get it to work very well through what I'm using right now, which is StreamYard. So you just get to see the green screen. I had a really pretty background, but it doesn't work. So just a green screen. Oh my goodness. So, yes, the universe spoke through my accountant. Oh my gosh. And as you're watching this, guys, I would love to, just have you say hello. If you're watching live, if you're watching later, just make sure to say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. I always love to see that. So, yes, the universe spoke through my accountant. Now, in the next week or so, I'll be doing up a kind of a 2023 recap, so you guys can get more details, basically, of what I'm going to share. But for me, 2023 was a bizarre year, magical, incredible, phenomenal, shitty, awful, crappy. Like it was truly all the things. And I have to say, with business, it really was, I'm gonna say like a funky energy. There was not a lot of energy to create, which is very unusual. I've been in business 21 years. In this business, 21 years. I've actually had some form of a business since I was 13. And probably even before that, to be honest, with babysitting and house cleaning and all of that. But this business I've had for 21 years, and often, I mean, I would just be creating, I don't know, 100 things at the same time. Like there was always different creations asking to be created. And in 2023, for me, business wise, especially as we shifted now personally, many of you know this already, but some of you might not. Personally, we sold everything in June and started traveling around house and pet sitting. So we are right now, we're in Stony Plain, Alberta, or near Stony Plain, Alberta, beautiful acreage. And we have been throughout the States, and we've been throughout Alberta, Saskatchewan. It's been truly amazing. So the last, 5 months or 5 or 6 months of 2023, that was a lot of my energy was in all of this fun, really. I mean, going to a new place and wanting to check out all the new things in that new area and the travel and spending way more time with hubby than I've ever spent before. And so that's been amazing. Business wise, though, as I was saying, there just wasn't a lot of energy. There wasn't a lot of things to create, or energy to create things. I had different ideas, but I would go to create them and they would just be like, meh, meh. So I met with my accountant right before Christmas, and I had not shared with anybody, not hubby, not any of my close friends, nobody, that I was considering maybe the business is done. Like maybe the business is asking to be complete. And it wasn't from trauma drama, it wasn't from upset, it was just like without the energy to really create things, what the heck? What the heck? There's a lot of other things that I could be creating and such. And when I would think about that, it would feel, the heaviness and the sadness of it for me. But also, if it's time to change something, I'm happy to change it if that's what's required. And then came the message. And we had a regular meeting, my accountant and I. She knew nothing of what was going on in my world, nor did anybody else from this standpoint. I'd talked different things about there being no energy to create that sort of thing. But they didn't know kind of the deep thoughts I was having about it. And at the very end of our call, my accountant and we were on Zoom, and I'm so grateful, and I'll explain why I was so grateful to be on Zoom after. The very end of it, she said, Glenyce, you need to keep doing what you're doing. The world needs what you're doing. She doesn't know much about what I'm doing. I mean, she knows a bits and pieces about it, but she really doesn't get what I'm doing and the work that I do. But with that, and I mean, there's so much more that she said, but it's basically the message of what kind of my deep thoughts were of, maybe not doing it anymore, were really like, you need to keep doing this. The world needs what you do. Now, in that moment, it really, one, I had to really stop and be present with it. I really chose to receive what she was saying. There was such an intensity, there was such an energy on it that, we had just spoke for 45 minutes. None of that had went on. None of that. We didn't have that intensity, that level of presence. We were just talking numbers and all the different things. So when she said that to me from this different energy, it really took me aback. It really took a lot for me not to go, "Oh, thank you. Okay, goodbye." It was just like, "No, stay really present, really receive it." I'll be honest, I did fight back tears. I didn't want to cry with it, but I really wanted to. Like, there was such an energy. And so, I said thank you and received it, and hung up Zoom. And this is why I was so grateful that I was on Zoom when she was talking about it, was because then once I hit end Zoom or whatever, I left the meeting, I could really truly receive it. And I was like, what the heck was that? And more so not just the words, but the energy of it, the level of presence, the intensity in my world as she spoke. I was like, what the heck? And what I got in that moment was, that was from the universe. That was from my business, the universe, like, really just saying, "Hey, we know what you're thinking. Stop it." And it was just like, "Whoa. Whoa." Ah, I I don't have a lot of words to really explain the level of receiving of that, and I'm trying to give it to you in words, but maybe you just need to get it energetically. When the universe tells you not to stop, whoa, like, whoa. So I had such a good cry. Oh, thank you, Charlotte. She says, "How do you stop magic?" Thank you, Charlotte. I had such a good cry after, and really, really got that along the way, along in my busyness of 2023, and selling everything. And on one hand, I mean, that was phenomenal, right? We're truly living our dream. On the other hand, that was big. That was really big to just change everything so drastically, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But there was a lot. My energy was going all sorts of other places. And what had occurred, really, rather than, I'm going to say, really be present with that and acknowledge that, was s- this lack of space with it. I don't really know how to put that into better words, but really not, um, in a sense, even acknowledging what I had created, and by, doing all the things, and then all of the travel that we did. I mean, we put over 10,000 kilometers on my car, and all the different states we went to, and all the different animals we got to love, and all of that. And all of that takes setup, so there's time for that. There's meetings that we have with the potential house sitters and all of that. So really looking at that, going, wow. Um, so those creations that would come through before, that I was looking for, was actually showing up in other ways. And so then it was really just, an acknowledgement of what I had been creating for me, and then also the energy of really looking at, okay, so now what would I like? Now what would I like? It's not as much energy now. We pretty much get every house and pet sit that we apply for, because we have so many amazing reviews. Like, oh my gosh, I can't even. We talked to a gal last week, from Kentucky, and she just said right off the bat, she's like, I have not seen a couple with so many, 100% or five-star reviews ever. So that was really cool. So it's not as much, I'm going to say, work in a sense to get them. We're also choosing longer sits when we can. So right now we're here for 3 weeks. February will be, somewhere for pretty much the whole month. So there's a lot less of my time and energy put into those things. And so it was like, okay, it wasn't like my business was asking to be gone or done or anything. It was just allowing me the space to do all the things. And it's like, okay, so now what? So now what? And all of this really contributed to, I mean, I have a bunch new creations on the go. You'll see some of them. The one that I am inviting you to today, something called creating with the universe, really allowing the universe to be part of your energetic team. An energetic team to me, I mean, a lot of people talk about angels and guides and the creator or universe or whatever, however you might want to see it, God, however that is for you. Uh, and allowing the universe to be a part of that. And the universe to me is everything, everything, including us. So I'm not talking about the universe as something separate to us. It is all including us. And so next week, January 9th, 10th, and 11th, so three-part series, we're going to do this creating with the universe. And we're going to talk about the things like energetic teams and your psychic, your awareness, your intuition, whatever you want to call that, capacities, money stuff, vibration of gold. There's all sorts of different things we're going to talk about. The link is above or below. If you don't see a link, or if you're watching this on Instagram, just DM me and I'll send you the link. Or if you can't find the link, anybody can, message me or whatever. Would love to have you come play. That's one of the things. Yesterday, I did an incredible class called Dream Planning. Oh my goodness. And yes, you can get the recordings for that. So if you're interested, that link isn't above or below. I just popped into my head as I was talking about it. So there's been a lot of new creations, a lot of new things. Got my little list beside me to create. And I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful that, the universe spoke through my accountant and that I actually received it. I actually took the time to really receive it and get it and know that, where I was thinking I was going and what I was going to be choosing isn't it. And I'm excited about that. I'm truly excited about that. It wasn't like I was like, oh darn, now I have to keep doing this. It wasn't that at all. It was like, oh wow, okay, thank you. And really the energy of that. So anyway, just wanted to share my fun little story with you guys and would love to invite you to Creating with the Universe and all the other awesomeness that will be coming out soon. So if you got any questions, you can post below. If you're watching this later, feel free to reach out. Would love to hear from you, where you're from, and all the things. So have a great rest of your day, guys, and I look forward to maybe seeing you, hugging you somewhere this year, or just online is great too. Bye, guys.